So our focus is to discuss the current crisis, and that crisis arises from the controversy around the Renewable Heating Incentive scheme and what Sinn Féin's approach should be. And our starting point must be that the political institutions in this part of the island are unique and they're experimental. They're an attempt to build bridges and connections between political parties and ideologies which are fundamentally different. They're an effort to deliver for citizens, no matter who those citizens are. Now, Sinn Féin is for a united Ireland. The DUP and the Unionists are opposed to this, and that's their entitlement. Sinn Féin is opposed to austerity measures and conservative politics. The DUP embrace these. Sinn Féin opposed Brexit. The DUP supported Brexit. Sinn Féin stands over the democratic vote which people took here. The DUP doesn't. Sinn Féin believes in equality. The DUP don't. Sinn Féin is for an Act na Gaeilge and for the implementation of the Stormont House Agreement around legacy and truth issues. The DUP oppose these. They support the British government's national security veto. The DUP has been particularly disrespectful about the Irish language and Irish medium education. So that's what we're trying to manage. That's what we're trying to deal with. And the reality is, and it's a result of partition, is that there's a serious fracture in northern politics, and there are implications for the Good Friday Agreement and for relationships on this island as a result of that. Despite our differences with the DUP, Martin McGuinness and his 10 years doing this, and our ministerial team and the support staff, the comrades who work with them, work hard every single day to ensure the stability of the political institutions. They seek areas of agreement with the DUP on policy matters that allows government in this part of the island to work positively and to deliver for citizens. But it is difficult. And it's even more problematic at this time because Martin has health issues. In addition, the establishment parties in the 26 counties constantly see any problems that might arise in this part of the island as an opportunity to attack Sinn Féin. We have to, as best we can, plot a course through all of this, guided by our objectives, but also by our desire to serve the people. The current crisis, and it's very, very obvious, is created by the scandal of Renewable Heating Incentive schemes. This was established by Arlene Foster while she was the Minister of Department, Enterprise, Trade and Industry in November 2012. In 2013, the British government introduced tariffs that would be adjusted in line with demand to ensure that there would be no overspend. This did not happen in the north. Now, there's been a lot of controversy around this, particularly in the last month. And in the course of it, it has emerged that the executive could be paying up to £400 million pounds sterling over the next 20 years for a scheme that is not delivering. And it isn't the executive's money, it is taxpayers' money. And this crisis culminated on Thursday night in an interview by former DUP Minister Jonathan Bell. In the course of his interview, Jonathan Bell made serious allegations around the management of this scheme. He accused the DUP of keeping open a scheme that was corrupt, inefficient, and likely to cost the taxpayers these millions of pounds. On Friday afternoon, Martin spoke to the First Minister, Arlene Foster. He outlined to her his very serious concern that the credibility of the political institutions has been significantly undermined by the serious and ongoing allegations surrounding the design, the operation, the abuse and the ending of the Renewable Heating Incentive scheme. Dúirt Martin lei chun an airne a oil agus chun clú na publictánach na institúti a thógáil gur ga doing feis ruhan imlán neamhsplach a chur ar mon. Martin put it to her that we needed a transparent, robust independent investigation into these matters. Mole marching defásta seaamh saor ón rol mar príomh aire nuair atá an phríosrúthán obair nó go dtí go deantar meis inniu an oiriúne an scéal. He told her that she should stand aside, or at least he suggested to her, he advised her that this is what he would do if he was in her situation, that she should stand aside from the role of First Minister while that investigation is underway, or at least until an initial assessment had been concluded into the veracity of all the allegations. Now, not surprisingly, Arlene Foster said no. Martin urged her to go off, to reflect on this, and to come back in the new year. We have to establish in a transparent way precisely what happened in order to deliver for the people who sent MLAs into the Assembly. We have to stop the corruption that could be at the root of this, and we have to ensure that people have confidence in the political institutions. There can be no compromise. Let's be clear. I represent the people of Louth in the Oireachtas in the Dáil. If a government minister was being accused of these type of practices, we would be looking for exactly the same approach. So there can be no compromise by us. If there is corruption in these institutions in the North, exactly as we have seen in the South, then that needs to be rooted out. Our primary objective is to defend the integrity of the political institutions established under the Good Friday Agreement. And we do this in line with our strategic objectives as Irish Republicans. So we have to deal with this crisis, and we have to constantly keep working at our United Ireland project, at reaching out, at being engaged with those who may have a different view from us. And I'm confident that we can do both. That's what today's meeting is about, to get a handle on all of this and to give you your say on how we should proceed. Go to Míle Mágah.
Okay, go Mágah, Gerry.